happy with them as they now begin to walk in. Flags are raised and they're about to be dispatched. They're off. Away for the first timer
in play.
In this near 2 mile novices hurdle. The grey Druid Premier prominent with Not Normal, the red sleeves, and Ask Ben in a green and yellow jacket. And they're virtually 3 in a line with Keep Rolling dashing up between them, and he will take over at the first. Slightly put the brakes on, but not as much as Not Normal, who's gone wrong and is being pulled up sharply. Not Normal has had to be pulled up after the opening flight. Might have been struck into. Druid Premier backed off the first as well, and Keep Rolling just getting loose on the lead here now, going freely in front in the hands of the champion jockey, striding on from Ask Ben. Then the grey Druid Premier recovering his momentum after that first flight error. Miratello meanwhile away to the extreme left as Keep Rolling clears the third, 6 or 8 lengths ahead of the others, and Druid Premier makes another mistake. The white-faced Ashton Court is in mid-division, and the final two earlier, Sam Chisholm and the nose-banded mare Blue Ballerina, and Keep Rolling will drift onto the judge with now an 8-2 10 length advantage over the others that remain, headed by Ask Ben, with Miratello in the shades of green racing up into third, ahead of Ashton Court and the grey Druid Premier. And Keep Rolling, just a little bit head to one side, round in the corner. And towards the rear of the field still, Blue Ballerina and Sam Chisholm, tracking the two immediately in front on the aforementioned grey Druid Premier, who's upsides Ashton Court, as Keep Rolling, with a 10 length advantage, heads off towards the first of a trio of flights down the back straight. Approaching the fourth then. Keep Rolling with a long lead over Ask Ben and Miratello, who take it together. Then Druid Premier from Ashton Court. Sam Chisholm in a red and white jacket shaken along in rear, upsides Blue Ballerina. Going towards the midpoint in the back straight, they pass through halfway. Keep Rolling, 8 to 10 clear from Miratello green jacket on the far side of Ask Ben. Now that pair in turn are getting away from the others. Ashton Court is back in fourth, and then Druid Premier, Sam Chisholm and Blue Ballerina. And Keep Rolling and Richard Johnson head towards the last of the flights on the far side, still with his lengthy lead. Hopping over, 10 clear, Miratello and Darryl Jacob just second over Ask Ben and Keelan Woods in third, and then a gap to the grey Druid Premier, best of the second half of the field. It's on past Ashton Court, and Blue Ballerina's getting reminders, and then Sam Chisholm. And Keep Rolling begins the turn back towards home, with just over half a mile to travel and 3 flights to jump up the home straight. Keep Rolling from Miratello and Ask Ben, who are still giving chase, haven't made any inroads as yet. Druid Premier meanwhile is a remote fourth. So Keep Rolling in line for home, going to have to zigzag their way between 3 out and 2 out. Miratello now being asked to close, and he has managed to bridge the gap to half a dozen lengths. Keep Rolling at the third last. Richard Johnson just steadying going into it, and the race is being stopped. It's a void race. The race has been stopped. It's a yellow flag, and the runners have been told to pull up as a result of an injury sustained on the first circuit. The yellow flag has been shown, so it is a stopped race. Hold on to your betting tickets. Unfortunately, the race has had to be stopped in the interests of safety. The yellow flag was waved. Stewards will hold an inquiry. A void race should be called. Make sure you hold on to all betting tickets.
Yeah, thanks, Stuart. Not ideal at all. And thoughts with connections of Not Normal. He took that, it sustained that injury at the very first flight of hurdles, and doing so it wasn't fit to bypass the stricken horse next time around, and looks like it is a void race for our third race here at Haydock Park this afternoon. If you're just joining us, unfortunately Not Normal sustaining that injury at the first hurdle and unable to bypass safely, and the race has been stopped and voided, our third race of the afternoon.
Yeah, as you say, it's just unfortunate. Obviously for the connections of Not Normal, didn't look great. The screens are up, but no alternative.
No. And Keep Rolling, who he done exactly that. He was out in front, and he looked like the one that they all had to get past.
He did, yeah. It was first time over hurdles. You wouldn't have known it, would you? He was very sprightly over his hurdles, built up a big advantage. The French horse, or the French import Miratello, he was making ground, but too early to say what would have happened.
Yeah, the race obviously stopped before it concluded, but it was taking shape the way that Keep Rolling looks like. Next time he's got that experience, a sharp track, because obviously Warwick a bit more galloping than the inside track here, but he wasn't devoid of speed.
No, he wasn't dividing. He just, for a first time over hurdles, he looked very slick over his hurdles, didn't he? Soon built up a big advantage. Aspen, you suspect he was coming off worse. Drop back into trip didn't seem to suit him. But no, it's unfortunate, especially for the connections of Emma Lavelle horse.
Yeah, thoughts very much with them. But if you're just joining us here at Heather Park, a void race here for race number 3.